It's the Texans taking on the Dolphins. With Houston leading the series 8 games to 1. They'll attempt to make it 9 right here on Madden NFL 22.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they interplay in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they already have as many wins in the second half as they did in the first half, and we're just starting the second half. That number's 0.
And I know some of their fans are already starting to look forward to the draft, but I still think this team has a chance to win some games down the stretch.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This take it in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans ready to take over here on offense. And it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. Stopped immediately there.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Watson on 1st down. And it's caught here, Amendola. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins ready to go to work on offense, led by their second-year quarterback out of Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about it is when he told us about the defense, kind of corralling them in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 114 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A gain of 3, second down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tua to Parker there for the Miami first. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. This ball is caught by Shaheen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. Yeah, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Malcolm Brown, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that 1st win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston.
Oh, none of that.
2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans have taken the lead. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they come into play here 2-6 on the year. And I guess if you're them, you have to have the mindset of, hey, if we go 7-1, 8-0 down the stretch, we can still get into the playoffs. But CD, to be frank, I don't know that they've shown that they're capable of that this season.
Well, I certainly hope they have that mindset and that they're trying to play to that. But in my mind, from what I've seen, they've got no shot at doing that. This is going to be a tough second half. They've had so many injuries. They've had tough losses along the way. I think you've got guys playing for jobs for next year, and they're playing for positioning in the upcoming draft.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, They're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
On second down and 4, Tua. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. This is Hines. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 1, Tua. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, Hines. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, what a grab. That's Cooks. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. There for the tackle, Jacob Martin.
2nd and 7.
Looking to pass. Tua. It's complete to Fuller.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Into the secondary past the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw, Watson.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Now it's Watson. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
He's letting it fly for Cooks.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 67 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run again with Hines, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Tua now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
On first down, it's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Texans send the punter out as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On first down, Tagovailoa.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Over the middle, it's Amendola. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Miami set to take over.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. They'll try the left side. Hines. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From midfield, here's Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Tua. Caught on a slant. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, after a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10.
56, 56, check 56.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Desmond King making the tackle. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Jordan Jenkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 33 yards that time. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Tua to throw. Pass complete to Hines.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Tagovailoa.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels... So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you, this was a...